Hello. Um, Today is post-op day 15. It is also February 6th. So kind of dawned on me today that 20 days from now, I will have my 4-week checkup. And that's when I travel back up to Cleveland and go see Dr. Gorgon and hopefully get his clearance to go back to work. I was telling Mom tonight, it's not that I don't enjoy being off of work because I love that my job allows me to have long breaks. A lot of times I work my 3 days in a row, 3 12-hour shifts in the NICU, and then I'll get like 3 to 4, sometimes 6 days off in a row without taking any sort of vacation. And I love that. Now, sometimes I work 3 on, 2 off, and 3 back on, and that makes me exhausted. I usually have to take a whole day to kind of recover and sleep and get back some sort of a normal life after that. But it's really nice. I like my schedule the way that it is, and it just feels really odd not working and not seeing babies. And yes, I've seen a lot of my coworkers lately, but it's just not the same. Being a NICU nurse is a huge part of who I am, and I love my job. And I think when you have all this time off to think about it, you appreciate it that much more. So yeah, 20 days from today, hopefully I will get my clearance to go back to work, and I can call them and they'll put me back on the schedule. But everything went good today. I don't think I had quite as much energy today as I did yesterday, but I still felt pretty good. Had a little tough time getting going this morning, but overall, the day went really, really good. Slept in kind of late, and then had an amazing lunch with a very good friend of mine, Miss Andrea Murphy. We went and ate at Parkside Tavern, which I'd never been to. It was very good. And just caught up on everything life, from work to her kids. Her and Mom hit it off, and it was really good. Let's see. Then when we got home from that little excursion, I had to do grown-up stuff, like round up all the paperwork for my taxes so that when I take it to my tax man here shortly, it's all in one envelope and I can just hand it to him and be like, here you go. Let's see. Oh, and insurance stuff. I cannot tell you how hard it is to keep track of everything. I got a new file folder just for the purpose of this surgery, so that I have everything in order, from any type of paperwork from Cleveland Clinic to when Blue Cross and Blue Shield sends me my explanation of benefits, to bills that come in, bills that I've paid, any sort of my FMLA paperwork or stuff that I need to be able to grab at a moment's notice for work to say, oh no, they approved this, they did, or I didn't get approved for that. There's just a ton of paperwork. Anytime you are hospitalized or are doing a lot of stuff in the medical world, and honestly, I've learned that if you don't keep track of it and if you aren't very, very organized when it comes to this, that they'll send you the same bill twice and you've already paid it. Or they haven't processed it through your insurance company yet, so they're charging you the full price. Or you've met your deductible, so they shouldn't be charging you something. And it's just, if it's not one thing, it's another. And I completely understand why people get frustrated with dealing with anything medical, because being on the patient end and being the recipient of care and bills and trying to get your insurance to cover things, whether it be new medicines that are out there or anything. I mean, I was worried that they wouldn't cover this surgery, but luckily my doctor has been very diligent in tracking everything we've done, and he makes very good notes about that we tried everything under the sun to not have to have surgery. So I was very, very happy and very grateful that, I have a good job and that I have good insurance that did cover it. But yeah, so that's always, that's not fun stuff to do, but it's just big kid stuff, I guess. And then, well, when we first got home from lunch today, I noticed I had gotten a package, and it was all of my ostomy supplies. I was like, yes, they finally came. Like, I was gonna put them all away, get everything organized the way that I want it. I opened the box, and they had called me last week to ask when I got discharged from Cleveland. They had given me my prescription order form, and it had, like, the nurse had checked off everything that I would need for a month's supply of all my ostomy supplies. And it was under the brand name of Hollister. Now, in the NICU, we use Hollister products. The whole time I was in Cleveland, I used Hollister products. I got a starter kit package in the mail from, like, that Cleveland had ordered for me, all Hollister products. So last week when the lady called, and she's like, well, normally we send, I believe it's called Convatec supplies. And she asked if it was okay if she subbed my Hollister products for the Convatec. And I said, well, I'm really kind of used to the Hollister. I like the products that I'm using now. That's what I use, on the babies in the unit. And I was like, if at all possible, send me the Hollister stuff, because that's what I want to use. Well, then I go, if there's a huge price difference or if insurance doesn't cover something, let me know, and then I guess we can go with the Convatec. Well, I didn't hear anything, and the package arrives, and all of the supplies are Convatec supplies, and I'm like, ugh. So, get on the phone, spend about 20 minutes waiting on hold, and lo and behold, she said that my insurance won't cover the Hollister supplies, but they will cover the Convatec supplies. But then she goes on, let me tell you, this is like a 20-minute ordeal of her talking to her supervisor, checking, rechecking, all this stuff. And she finally was like, but they're made by the same company. The Convatec is made, I guess, by the Hollister company. And so she said that they're basically identical supplies, and that this is all they could send me because the other stuff wasn't covered by insurance. So I said, okay, well, I'll call my insurance company tomorrow, because it was almost 5 by this point. I go, and I'll just double check. And I was like, but I'm not going to open anything, so if I need to, then I can just send it back to you. And she's like, no, I'm I'm pretty sure that your insurance won't cover it. And I was like, okay, well, thank you for all your trouble. But me being me, and after dealing with a lot of insurance stuff within this past year and a lot of pharmacy issues that I've had, I'm just going to double check tomorrow. She may be correct. And I may end up loving the Convatec supplies as much as I love the Hollister ones, but I find it funny that they even asked me what I would have preferred if they weren't going to be able to send it to me. So, going to do a little digging tomorrow. Let's see. So that was that ordeal. And other than that, as soon as we got that taken care of, Mom and I went to the mall and did some walking because it's cold outside, and I just felt like I needed to walk. So we did that, and I may or may not have bought a new pair of boots. I've been looking for riding boots for a while now, and I found a pair on sale. They're awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. Then after that, my good friend Michelle had asked if we wanted to go have Mexican food tonight. So we met her at Chuy's, and it was so hard because I wanted to eat that chips and salsa so bad, but I can't have like tomatoes or onions or really even chips yet at this point. So I did really good and I only had, I don't know, maybe a handful of chips. And I ate the queso instead of the salsa, so I was half good. But it was my first time having Mexican, and we shall see how that treats me. I had a chicken chimichanga, and then I just ate the rice, not the beans. So who knows? I love Mexican food though, so it's very, very hard for me not to order like the fajita nachos or something along that line. It was very hard. Other than that, ever since we kind of got done walking, the area right outside my stoma, so like everything that's covered by the bag and underneath the sticky part that attaches it to my skin has been so itchy, and like it's driving me absolutely crazy that it itches, and I can't scratch it because it's like the skin that I can't get to. So I have decided tomorrow's only day 4 of having this appliance on, so I have made up my mind that it doesn't matter. I could leave it for up to 5 days, and then you're supposed to change it every 3 to 5. So I'm just going to go ahead and change my bag first thing in the morning, do all my site care, let it dry out really, really good. I don't know why it's itching so bad, but it's driving me crazy. And other than that, like, it's felt a little more sore today, but only in certain spots. And it comes and goes. So I don't know if it's like, if I've been like leaning against it, or like I had jeans on quite a bit today. And so sometimes I think that puts a little pressure just against the site. But really it's just the skin just right around the stoma. It itches, and it feels a little bit more swollen today, which I was kind of surprised. But all in all, I really can't complain. I, again, have awesome friends. Miss Andrea gave me some chocolate and a gift certificate to go get a massage. She said that I deserve to relax a little bit, so I'm very excited to go use that thing. Other than that, it's just been a great day. I'm very lucky that the recovery process has gone as smoothly as it has. So, alright, talk to you guys later.